Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it is March 24th, 2016. I occasionally get a little criticism. Very rarely. Somebody will say, why do you give your name? Because it's on the upload site. Why do you give the date? Let's go to the date problem or situation. When these reviews are done, the review may be watched much later, even years later. The product may not be, unless you know the date, the product may not even be on the market anymore. Especially my YouTube videos, I have over 500 videos on YouTube, and there's things that I've done from, years and years ago that people will be commenting on. And it's totally, if you look at the date, you'd realize, times have changed. They don't even make those cameras anymore, and there's a better bargain, and just, so that's why I give the date. And I'm not sure on YouTube that my name shows up. I'm not sure that Jim Howard shows up. I think HNBBS, which is how I set up the may show up, so that's the reason. This is a review of until I'm 70, I'll be 75 this month. Until the last couple of years, I didn't realize I had small hands. And you would think that, I guess I'm not very much aware of, you would think that I would pay attention to myself. I never wore jewelry and not into clothing and stuff, and I guess I just never paid, and guess I never bought that many pairs of gloves. Now, weapons, handguns, over the years because I worked where I had to carry a weapon. You would think that that'd be one thing you'd think you'd pay attention to for choosing a revolver or automatic for the weapon or for the grips and stuff like that. I never really paid attention until fairly recently. I have small hands. But, I like big gaming mice with a whole bunch of buttons, which I never ever use. Same with keyboards, I get the keyboards that have all these buttons, which I never use. I never use any of them. This is a review of a mouse, and it is small. And, it fits just right. But I think it would work for any size hand. This takes one AA battery. It has, let's see, we don't need to see this. It has 6 buttons. And it uses one of these, and when you get it, it's stored in the bottom here. One of these things, Nano receivers or whatever. Logitech, I think you'd think that Logitech pioneered or whatever, but before there was, before the World Wide Web was invented, I'm sure probably, I don't know the date that Logitech started into business. I can remember back maybe when we used DOS, when there was no Windows and we used DOS and stuff like that. There was software programs that came with device that you had to plug in to your computer someplace before USB, into a parallel port or a COM port or something, in order to use a program or something to make sure that it was legit, stuff like that. So, but this comes when you get it, and then you plug it into USB on your computer. The mouse, of course, goes in here. The mouse. Now this one you'll have to look because there's a spring at both ends here. So you'll have to look at the drawing in there to make, usually you can, to make sure where the positive and negatives are. And I forgot to turn on my extra lighting here. And I don't have any, oh, I guess I do here. Oh, okay. Yeah, usually you can tell where a battery goes just by whether there's a clip or a spring at which end, This one here I actually had to... It comes with an instruction book. You don't really, probably need the instruction book, and it's a small instruction book in English, and I guess the other side must be Chinese, probably. Okay, what it is in there. What was I going to say? Oh, I could actually read this. A lot of times I can't, but I can actually read the text here. So, and basically what the text tells you is that you have a CPI adjustment by pressing this button. Whoops. By pressing this CPI button, you have an adjustment of 800, 1200, 1600, 2000, and 2400, and the default is 1200 CPI. So, nice looking mouse. There's the bottom of it. This is the box that comes in, and this is the instruction book. So, God, this is 7 minutes and I haven't... Don't touch your mouse because I'll be right back to hook this thing up and you can see it operating. Okay, I am back live and in living color. This immediately, I had to push the CPI button, I guess, once to get it to be recognized, but let's push, well, let's see, here we go. It's really just the right size for my hand, so I would definitely recommend it for anybody with smaller hands. The scrolling works really smoothly. God, I hate to... I think this works better than my expensive $80 mouse here or whatever. I think the scrolling button really... Of course, my... this other mouse has a thing where you can press the button and change how the wheel scrolls. Good stuff, but... yeah, this is really smooth. My God, this, I really should stop spending so much money for it. But, so let's click on, works good. I guess guess I'll try out the CPI button. Okay, there it's flashing. You can see that, And I forget what the instruction thing tells you what, okay, let's see, let me press it again. Okay, I think it flashed once, flashed twice, flashed 3 times, okay. So yeah, the instructions tell you here what one flash means, what, press it again. 2, 3, 4. Okay. See if there is a 5 flash around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. You get the idea. It tells you which CPI you're on. So I definitely $12, I ought to buy a couple of these things. I was sent this for review purposes, by the way. I should buy a couple of these just, let me go back here so you can see me in living color. I should buy a couple of these. Everybody should buy a couple of these, just if you don't even need one. Just put it on your shelf, so in case you have a mouse failure and you don't have one, you could just open up this for $12 and have it available and use it. And so I definitely recommend it. I guess I should show you. Okay, there is a mouse. Uses 2.4 gigahertz to communicate. It says that 5 million keystrokes tested. It's high polling rate. There's where the battery goes. Now there it showed a spring. I don't remember, but anyway. High precision, 5 adjustable, like that. We went through that. So yeah, great. This would be a great mouse for a keyboard, for a laptop or Chromebook or something like that. No doubt about it. Thank you very much. I recommend it. Thank you very much for watching.